Welcome back, students. I am Bhavna, and today we are going to connect our computers to the internet. Preparing your computers to access internet, we should have proper hardware, software, and a network connection. To access the internet on a computer, you need the following. The first thing is an ISP or Internet Service Provider. It refers to the company that provides internet connections to the users, usually for a fee. So, for a monthly fee, the service provider usually provides a software package, username, and password. The most common ways to connect to an ISP are by broadband connections, which is cable or DSL. ISP basically acts as a medium that provides services to connect to the internet. Some common ISPs are Jio, Airtel, Exitel, ACT, etc. So ISP can use multiple types of connections to connect you to the internet. These includes dial-up connections. A dial-up connection is a method of connecting to the internet using an existing telephone. Dial-up connection uses the telephone line to connect to the internet, and the modem connects the computer through the standard phone lines, which serve as the data transfer medium. When a user initiates a dial-up connection, the modem dials a phone number of an internet service provider, which is ISP, that is designated to receive dial-up calls. So the ISP then establishes the connection, which usually takes about 10 seconds and is accompanied by several beeping and buzzing sounds. So this was used back in time and now has been replaced by broadband and fiber connections. So the term broadband commonly refers to high-speed internet access that is always on and faster than the traditional dial-up access. Broadband includes several high-speed transmission technologies which are as follows. Digital Subscriber Line, which is DSL, was a popular broadband connection. It provides internet access by transmitting digital data over wires of a local telephone network. Cable modem service enables cable operators to provide broadband using the same coaxial cables that deliver pictures and sound to your TV set. Now, most cable modems are external devices that have two connections, one to the cable wall outlet and the other to a computer. Fiber optic technology is the latest and greatest broadband transmission technology that converts electrical signals carrying data to light and sends the light through transparent glass fibers of about the diameter of a human hair. So fiber transmits data at speed which is far exceeding than DSL or cable modem speeds, typically by 100 Mbps or 1 Gbps. Now that we know about the wired connections, let's learn about some wireless techniques as well. Wireless broadband can connect a home or business to the internet using a radio link between the customer's location and the service provider's facility. Wireless broadband can be mobile or fixed. Unlike the DSL and cable, wireless broadband requires neither a modem nor cables, and as a result, it can be easily established in areas where it is not feasible to deploy DSL or the cables. Some ways to connect the internet wirelessly are as follows. Wireless fidelity or Wi-Fi is a universal wireless networking technology that utilizes radio frequencies to transfer the data. And Wi-Fi allows high-speed internet connections without the use of cables or wires. Wi-Fi networks can be designed for private access within a home or business, or they can be used for public internet access at hotspots such as the restaurants, coffee shops, hotels, airports, convention centers, and city parks. Next up, we have worldwide interoperability for microwave access or WiMAX. It is one of the popular broadband wireless technologies around today. WiMAX systems are expected to deliver broadband access services to residential and enterprise customers in an economical way. So WiMAX is based on wireless MAX technology. It is similar to the Wi-Fi but operates at higher speed over greater distances and for a greater number of users. Now that we have an ISP and a broadband connection, let us understand the various rules that govern data communication over the internet. So these sets of rules are called internet protocols. A protocol defines what is communicated, how it is communicated, and when it is communicated. So some of the commonly used protocols are as follows. The first is Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol, which is TCP/IP. It further consists of two parts. TCP provides reliable transport services, that is, it ensures the data reaches from the sender to the receiver. TCP converts data into packets at the sender, which are then again converted to data at the destination. The IP packet stores the sender and receiver address for proper communication. Now next up we have the FTP or File Transfer Protocol. Using this protocol we can transfer files between any computers that have internet connection. Now moving forward we have Hypertext Transfer Protocol or HTTP. It defines how messages are formatted and transmitted and what actions should be taken by the web servers and browsers in response to various commands. Next up we have Telnet Protocol. It is a program that runs on the computer and connects the PC to the server on the network. Telnet session can only be started by entering valid username and the passwords. Next up we have the Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, or we call it SMTP. It is the standard protocol for email services on TCP/IP network. Moving forward we have WAP or Wireless Application Protocol. It is a communication protocol that is used for wireless data access through most mobile wireless networks. Next we have VoIP or Voice over IP. It allows the delivery of voice communication over internet protocol networks. Example, the audio calls via computer. This protocol is commonly used by call centers. Now that we know about the internet protocols, let's find out about our address on the internet. So internet protocol IP address is a logical numeric address that is assigned to every single computer, printer, switch router or any other device that is part of a TCP or IP based network. It is used to uniquely identify every node in the network. It is similar to a mailing address, which identifies where postal mail comes from and where it should be delivered. So there are two versions of IP. Internet Protocol version 4, IPv4, and Internet Protocol version 6, IPv6. So IPv4 addresses are 32 bits, which is 4 bytes long. Example, 216.58.216.164. Now how do we find our IP address of a computer? We can find the address of a computer in the network settings. In Windows, we can run command prompt and enter ipconfig. Our IP address is shown at IPv4 address column. Now IP address is our logical address in the network. But what is our physical address? MAC, Media Access Control. MAC address is sometimes referred to as physical address because it is physically embedded in the interface. It is a 6-byte address that allows an NIC to be uniquely identified on the network. The MAC addresses forms the basis of network communication, regardless of the protocol used to achieve the network connections. Now MAC addresses are made up of 6 two-digit hexadecimal numbers separated by colons. For example, an Ethernet card may have a MAC address that you can see on your screens. So we can find the MAC address of a computer in the network settings. In Windows, we can run the command prompt and enter ipconfig/all. Our MAC address is shown under the physical address. Like we have a MAC address for a network device or NIC, we have a physical address for mobile phones as well. It is called the IMEI. IMEI, which is International Mobile Equipment Identity, is a unique number to identify GSM, WCDMA, etc. mobile phones as well as the satellite phones. So mostly phones have one IMEI number, but in dual SIM phones, there are two IMEI numbers. The IMEI is only used for identifying the device and has no relation to the subscriber. It can be used for stopping a stolen phone from accessing the network in that country. The universal method for checking your IMEI number, which will work on any phone such as the Android, iPhones, etc., only dial *#06#. A box should pop up with your IMEI number. Great. Now we know our address on the internet as well. But how do we access the internet? We use a special software called a web browser. A web browser, or simply browser, is special software that enables the users to read or view the web pages and jump from one web page to the another one. It displays a web page and interprets its HTML codes. It is the software that is needed to find, retrieve, view, and send information over the internet. Some popular web browsers are Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, Safari, Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, which is now discontinued, and many more. We can use any of these browsers to access the internet. Exploring resources on the internet using these browsers is known as surfing the web. The purpose of surfing can be anything, from getting the information or just for the sake of entertainment or grab the latest news. As we already know, web contains billions of resources. How do we find what we need? We use a special website called as a search engine. A search engine is a website that provides the required data on specific topics. Search engines turn the web into a powerful tool for finding information on any topic. So when you type any term in the search bar, then the search engine will look for matching websites from all over the web. So many search engines also have directories or list of topics that are organized into categories. Browsing these directories is also a very efficient way to find information on a given topic. So some popular search engines are Google, that can be accessed at www.google.com, Yahoo, which can be accessed at www.yahoo.com, Bing can be accessed at www.bing.com, DuckDuckGo can be accessed at www.duckduckgo.com, and many more. So great! Now we know how to search the internet and look for the information needed. In this video, we learned about the ISP and various ways of connecting to the ISP. We also learned about various internet protocols followed by the IP address, MAC address, and IMEI. We learned about the various web browsers and the search engines that we can use to access the web. We will meet you again in the next video. Till then, have a nice day.